Namaste, welcome to today's session. Today, let's discuss or let's revise first chapter from history part, that is how, when, and where for the purpose of midterm exam preparation. So, first chapter it is how, when, and where. So, from the chapter here, dates are important. So, very much important for the proper study, detailed study about the events which are mainly taken place once upon a time. So dates are mainly very important. When we are going to notice the date, we are going to fascinated, wonder, and these dates are going to create very much curiosity for historians to know or to study about the event. So here, finding out about the dates or history, it is not remained constantly or same from period to period. So it went with changing from past to present and present to future. From time to time it went with changing, and most importantly these dates are going to give an important link, hint for comparing the events taken in past, present, and these dates are going to refer to the events which are going to take place in future. Then there is no any such clear data or process about how these dates are being studied. We often refer to a span of time where the event is going to take place, and which makes particular changes visible and acceptable to the historians. And there was a time, these dates are going to explain about the accounts of battles, accounts of events, and uh, even the ruler rulers, the dynasties, and their policies, their battles, and even many such uh, events. And these dates are mainly specified to determine historians or histories and creates debates about dates, uh, and because of that these dates are going to be taken into consideration as important part for studying the history. Then question arises, which date or what date is mainly important. So to know about the events we need to take into the consideration of dates as important landmark between the long term period where the event is mainly taken, and these dates need to be taken into consideration chronologically, which helps us to know one event happened before the another, and these helps us to examine the relationship between the each events. Then uh, for example, British rule in India, it starts from the establishment of East India Company, and East India Company uh, appoints the governor generals. So from first governor general, that is Warren Hastings, to last viceroy, that is Mountbatten, different governor generals appointed different generals. They played their important role in making the policies, administrative setup, and administrative means and measures in India. And every person, every policy made by these officials are mainly taken into consideration to mark the different chapters of his British history in India. Then, how do we periodize? Periodize means categorization of period into different periods. So, periodization is mainly helps us to understand the sequence of the events which are occurred and their effects in history. So, these captures the significant features of a particular period and helps us to differentiate it from the other periods. Particularly, James Mill, a Scottish political philosopher and economist, in order to study the Indian history into deep detail and to provide information to the people. So he went with dividing the history of India into three on the basis of religion, namely Hindu, Muslim, and British. So here there is a possibilities to raise questions asking about James Mill and his contribution. So who is James Mill if it is asked? So James Mill is mainly Scottish political philosopher and economist. James Mill divided Indian history on the basis of religion into three periods, namely Hindu, Muslim, and British. So on the basis of religion, James Mill categorized Indian history into dash periods. So you have to write three periods. Then historians again classified Indian history on the basis of time event taken into three, mainly ancient, medieval, and modern. So this classification of Indian history is mainly a method borrowed from the West, and it has its own set of problems in categorization of period. So in the West, modern period is mainly associated with the growth of progress and development, whereas in India, so the progress and development, it was not so developed comparing to the West. Then British ruled India between 1858 to 1947, and they imposed their values and customs over the Indian people. So this process of establishing control over a country by another country, that brings about social, economic, political, and cultural change. This is termed as colonialization. So here also there is a possibility of raising one more question. The question is, what is colonialization? So here your answer should be, the colonialization is the process of establishing control over by a country to into the other country, which brings economic, social, political, and cultural change. So this process is termed as colonialization. ಒಂದು ದೇಶ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ದೇಶದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹತೋಟಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ತತ್ಪರಿಣಾಮವಾಗಿ ರಾಜಕೀಯವಾಗಿ, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ, ಆರ್ಥಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ತರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗೆ ಕಲೋನಿಯಲೈಜೇಷನ್, ವಸಾಹತುಶಾಹಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಲೋನಿಯಲ್? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ colonial? So about the continued concepts from the chapter will be continued tomorrow. Thank you, Nandal.